starting in the 10 spot, I have the Cleveland Browns rounding out my list at the 10 spot.
I like that. A little division team for us. In my 10 spot, I have the Green Bay Packers led by Jordan Love.
J Love.
J Love.
In my 9 spot, I have the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott. CD Lamb, new contract. We'll see how it ends up.
Yeah, I like Dallas this year. I think they're going to be a solid team. They didn't crack my top 10. In my 9 spot, I actually have the Cincinnati Bengals led by Slim Shady himself coming back this
It's
year.
going to be hard to be 9th when they go 0-17. But I believe in you.
I wouldn't hate that as a Steeler fan. I would not hate that at all.
Coming into my 8 spot, I actually have the Packers at 8. I'm pretty high on Jordan Love. I love Josh Jacobs this year. I think he's going to be a stud. I like the Packers at 8.
Yeah, I like them a lot too. In my 8 spot, I'm going with the Buffalo Bills, led by Josh Allen and them boys. I like them this year, and I have them sitting in the 8th spot.
Nice. I actually don't have the Bills in my top 10. I think they have a little bit of a down year.
Okay.
But in the 7th spot, I have the Eagles, probably a little bit lower than people expect. But I think missing Jason Kelsey and not being able to successfully push their way to 12 wins or 13 wins, I have them down a little bit.
Yeah, I can see the Eagles kind of having a little bit of a down year as well. In my 7th spot, I got them boys from South Florida. I got the Dolphins in the 7th spot. Like them a lot, like their coach a lot. I like Mike and what he's done there. So I got the Dolphins in the 7th.
You have the Dolphins in the 7th. I have them in the 6th. Easy enough. Pretty close.
Very close. For my 6th team, probably maybe the most fun watch this year, I got the Houston Texans led by CJ Stroud and Will Anderson, both offensive and defensive rookie of the years last year. So excited to watch them play ball.
You have him in their 6. I have him in my 5. So that works
going
out. I mean, we're going
one after the next. Okay, in my 5 spot, I actually do have the Philadelphia Eagles. I like them still. I like the pickup with Saquon. I still love Jalen Hurts, that defense. In a bit of a weaker division, only got to worry about the Cowboys. That's why I still have them top 5 again. I don't think they'll be in the Super Bowl or anything, but I do have them in the 5th spot.
At my number 4, I have the Detroit Lions. High expectations for a Lions team that we've seen probably in my lifetime, maybe.
Yeah.
But I still have the Lions at 4. I like them. Jared Goff, Dan Campbell will get the boys right.
Yeah, I agree. I actually, I'm really high on the Lions as well this year, just because, it's been forever. They deserve something. In my 4th spot, I actually have your team, Baltimore. This might actually be a little bit high for people, or I should say low, not being in the top 3, but still like Lamar. Love the coaching staff. Y'all's defense is probably going to be great this year. So top 4 is still really good. Definitely a Super Bowl contender.
In my 3, I have the 49ers. Little controversy right now with the Brandon Ayuk situation. I think today he walked off practice.
Yeah.
Maybe some issues inside the camp, but they're still going to be solid. Still have a top 5 defense, and Brock Purdy will game manage their way to 13 wins.
Yeah, I agree with that. I actually have the Lions, so we flipped where you had them and I had them, but I have the Lions at 3. Again, high on the Lions. I really think they're going to be a great team this year, and another Super Bowl contender. I think my top 4 are going to be Super Bowl contenders this year. So Detroit at 3.
I have my Ravens in the 2 spot. High expectations. I mean, we pretty much always have high expectations, but we always really kind of crush it in the regular season and then lose in the playoffs at some point. But for the regular season, I believe we're the second best team in the NFL.
Yeah, no, y'all are going to be a problem for a lot of teams this year. Again, in my 2, I think this is the best probably personnel and roster in the league. I have San Francisco led by McCaffrey and Fred Warner and them boys. It's hard to find a better team than this. And defense, that defense is ferocious out there in San Francisco, and they're going to win a lot of games. So I got them at 2.
In my top spot, I have the defending Super Bowl champs back to back, just to give them their respect. I'm putting the Chiefs at number one.
Yeah, I have them there as well until they get knocked off and stop this run that they're having. Big Andy Reid Walrus man and Pat Mahomes may stay in the one spot for me.